Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our 21 Days Challenge, Setting Your Boundaries and Grow. I'm thrilled to have you join me again today on Day 9 as we continue our exploration of essential skills for building healthy relationships. Today, we're tackling a vital and transformative theme, cultivating empathy. Let's start with a thought-provoking question. When was the last time you found it difficult to see things from someone else's perspective? If you're like many, you might find that this is a common experience. Understanding others can often be challenging, but developing empathy can take our relationships to a whole new level. Empathy is the ability to tune into the feelings, thoughts, and perspectives of others. It's about putting ourselves in their shoes and genuinely trying to understand their experiences, emotions, and motivations. While we might naturally feel a sense of compassion or concern for others, true empathy requires effort and intention. When we cultivate empathy, we not only enhance our interpersonal relationships, but we also foster a deeper sense of connection and understanding within our communities. One of the central components of empathy is emotional understanding. This involves perceiving and acknowledging another person's feelings without judgment. It's vital to realize that everyone has their unique experiences and backgrounds, which shape their feelings and reactions. When we empathize, we validate their emotions and create a safe space for them to express themselves. This validation goes a long way in building trust and mutual respect. One common misconception about empathy is that it requires us to agree with or condone another's actions. Empathy isn't about relinquishing our own values or beliefs. Rather, it's about recognizing the validity of someone else's feelings and struggles. This distinction is important because it allows for meaningful interactions that don't compromise our own beliefs, but still foster understanding and connection. To start cultivating empathy, it can be helpful to practice active listening, a skill we explored in our last session. Active listening involves giving our full attention to the speaker, reflecting on their words, and seeking to understand their emotions. By creating an environment where others feel heard, we set the stage for deeper connections. Let's take a moment to reflect on the natural human instinct to judge or respond defensively when we encounter differing perspectives. It's easy to fall into the trap of dismissing others' views, especially when they conflict with our own beliefs. However, to cultivate empathy, we must consciously challenge this instinct. One effective way to counter judgment and promote understanding is to ask open-ended questions. Instead of making assumptions, we can say, "Can you help me understand your thinking on this?" Or, "What led you to that conclusion?" These questions invite the other person to share their story, enriching our understanding and paving the way for empathetic dialogue. As we delve deeper into the importance of empathy, let's consider how it affects our relationships. When we practice empathy with the individuals in our lives, be it family, friends, or colleagues, we strengthen the bonds between us. Enhanced empathy fosters acceptance and care. When we approach others with an understanding of their feelings, we create a safe environment that encourages open and honest communication. Moreover, cultivating empathy can also lead to conflict resolution. When disagreements arise, empathy allows us to navigate those situations with compassion rather than anger. Instead of focusing solely on winning an argument, empathy encourages us to listen to the other person's perspective, enabling us to find common ground. Let's shift gears for a moment and consider the broader impact of empathy in society. In a world often marked by division and misunderstanding, empathy serves as a bridge that connects us across barriers. When we value empathy, we promote inclusivity and understanding, ultimately creating stronger, more compassionate communities. Now let's engage in a practical exercise to enhance our empathetic skills. For today's activity, I'd like you to choose a situation in your life where you struggle to understand another's perspective. Think back to a specific encounter, perhaps a disagreement with a friend, a misunderstanding with a colleague, or a heated conversation with a family member. Recall how the situation made you feel, but more importantly, focus on the other person involved. Once you've identified this situation, take the time to write about their viewpoint and feelings. Explore the following questions to guide your exploration. 1. What was the other person's perspective on the situation? Think about their point of view. What motivated them to act as they did? Were they experiencing stress, fear, or frustration? 2. How might their background or experiences have shaped their viewpoint? Consider any events in their past that might have contributed to their reactions and emotions. Recognize that everyone brings their own history to each encounter. 3. What emotions might they have been feeling during the interaction? Try to put yourself in their shoes. How would you have felt in a similar situation? Do you think they felt respected, undervalued, overwhelmed, or misunderstood? 4. What did you learn from this experience? Reflect on how this newfound understanding of their perspective can inform your future interactions. How can this empathy broaden your view and prevent misunderstandings in the future? Taking the time to reflect on these questions can yield profound insights, enhancing your ability to engage empathetically with others. As you write, allow your thoughts to flow. Don't censor yourself or impose limits on what you can uncover. Be open to the feelings that emerge as you explore their perspective. Once you've completed your write-up, consider sharing your insights with a trusted friend or loved one. Discussing this experience, not only your feelings but also the new understanding you've gained, can deepen your connection with others as they become aware of your journey towards empathy. Sharing vulnerably allows space for those around you to reflect on their experiences, potentially initiating a conversation you both can learn from. As we progress, it's essential to remember that cultivating empathy is not a destination, but a continuous journey. It will require consistent practice and a commitment to growth. The more we actively seek to understand others, the more we improve our capacity for empathy. We become better equipped to navigate life's challenges and complexities. Embrace the discomfort that sometimes accompanies empathetic growth. There may be instances where understanding another's perspective feels challenging, especially if their views clash with your beliefs. In these moments, remind yourself that empathy does not require agreement. It only necessitates understanding. Furthermore, seek opportunities to expand your empathy beyond your immediate social circle. Engaging with diverse communities or volunteer opportunities can expose you to experiences and perspectives different from your own. These interactions can enrich your understanding of the world and enhance your ability to empathize with others. As we wrap up today's discussion on cultivating empathy, let's summarize some key points. Empathy involves understanding and acknowledging another's perspective. Active listening is a crucial skill in cultivating empathy. Open-ended questions can encourage deeper conversations and understanding. Empathy fosters stronger relationships and helps in conflict resolution. Reflecting on experiences where understanding was lacking can enhance personal growth. Before we conclude, I'd like to remind you to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. By subscribing, you will stay updated on our upcoming sessions, each designed to deepen your understanding and skills for building healthy relationships. In closing, thank you for embarking on this journey of cultivating empathy with me today. I'm excited for you to engage in the activity we discussed and to explore the feelings and perspectives of others. Next time, we'll discuss setting healthy relationship boundaries and how understanding our limits is essential for connecting with others authentically. Until then, take care of yourself, practice empathy, and remember, understanding others is the key to nurturing meaningful connections.